spend a little while with you and just answer some questions. While I'm waiting for you to come on, just going to go through if I had to do it all again. And what things would I put my focus on? What things would I be, making a... And I really think that the thing that has been one of the last things I attended to was the self-love, and really putting the focus on making the self-love priority and making it a daily priority. Okay, so hi Harry. Harry, can you tell me, because I've just literally arrived at my new place, is it lagging? Because I've just hooked up the Wi-Fi and I don't know if it's good. So can you just let me know if the Wi-Fi is okay? Can you hear me? And is it all right? Hello, hello, Cyberdine. Hi, Bagya. A bit of a lag. Okay. Hopefully it's not too bad, because I can't do anything about it today because I'm literally just moving at the moment. So if it's really bad, then I'll log off. But if it's okay, let me know. Okay, the sound is good. Okay, cool. So if you've got questions, I'll start straight with your questions, and I won't tell you if I could do it all again. Greetings from London. I don't know who that is. You were on here yesterday and I don't know who you are. Sweater, hello. Hello everyone. Nice to see you. So as I was saying, if you ask, you jump in. Otherwise, I'll tell you if I could do it all again. Hello, Vanya. Hello. Nice to see you, everyone. Well, going back to the self-love, going back to what is really important and making a priority is really looking at the consistency. Okay, if I could do it all again, I would do the self-love. I would stop trying to get. I would put my focus on really improving my own life in regard to physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual connection to source, and make that the priority. And if I could go back and do it all again, I would do that first, and I would make the thing that I do, because I can see that having not done that, it has had let's say a not so wonderful experience in regards to relationships that I could have avoided if I'd taken heed with that. So that's what I would do if I would do it all again. Harry, I'm going to do your question because you've popped one up. Manifesting my ex back again, and so my mind just can't let go of the how. I want him to text me, but it's hard for me to believe that he will reach out. Should I text him? Well, you got to ask yourself, am I texting because I can't sit still long enough in a state of love and wait? Or some people are over contactors. If you're an over contactor, then I would wait. If you're someone that rarely ever contacts and you're always waiting for them, then I would effort. So it's doing what you normally wouldn't do, I think, and changing your habits a bit. Okay, don't try and force and control. I would try and influence through getting yourself grounded and getting yourself into a better state before you do anything. Okay, how you feel when you do something is more important than anything. Okay, how you feel, as in when I'm making contact or when I'm thinking about making contact, how do I feel right now? How do I feel doing it? Because I feel needy? Am I doing it because I feel genuine love, would like to connect with someone, and I want to radiate that out to them, and that's where my contact is coming from? If it's coming from that place, no problem. Okay? Coming from longing, if it's coming from trying to get, if it's coming from, oh, I really miss them, that kind of energy, then I wouldn't do it then. Okay? Always look at how I feel underneath when I make a decision. Okay, that's really important. Okay, so Okay, so Harry, while you're scared that it might that he would answer something that you don't like, don't contact someone when you've still got that fear, because that's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you don't want that. And then you go, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I wish I hadn't contacted. So just get yourself into a really good state. And from that really good state, then just say, I will know when it's the right time. Let go of the how by keeping your mind busy. Going, when's this going to happen? How's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? How's this going to happen? You're coming from a state of doubt. So you gotta dissolve your doubts. You gotta dissolve what's going on within you that's negative. You see, okay? And then, Harry, yourself, when I feel about an 8 out of 10, that's the best time to contact someone. When I'm relaxed, when I feel loved, when I feel happy, that's when you contact people. But not when you're in, doubt. No, don't do it then. The energy with which you do anything is the fertilizer. So you don't want that fertilizer, okay? Now, whoever said I'm always here whenever I catch you live, you are my favorite, LOL. Can you tell me what your name or initial is, darling? Because I never know who to address my comments to. I truly appreciate that you never ask us to subscribe. No, because if I did, you would know I don't practice what I preach. If a coach is doing that, if a YouTuber is doing that, it's all about attraction. I don't need to do that. I'm always busy in my business. So, it's not about the subscribers. It's about you leading, I think, by example in everything you do, in your personal life and also in your work or on YouTube or wherever you see. So it's good that a lot of you have been mentioning that to me lately. And I think that this is something that many of you are observing. And you're right to do so. You are right to do so. Harry, so no texting. I am doing your whisper method from years ago for days now. Okay. But Harry, the whispering technique in a way is still trying to get something unless it's for mutual benefit. Like, let's go on a date and have a beautiful meal at that Thai restaurant that we love. Try not to use the whispering technique to just get from someone, okay? The thing is, if you're doing that, what you're really saying to yourself is, I want to get love from you because I'm not in a state of love. And when I'm in that state, I'm not a good partner for someone. You cannot be in need or trying to get, or I'm not getting enough. I want more, Harry, because that energy is repelling. You've got to get into a state of love. Okay? So, try that, darling. And do you have any info about quantum leaping? Look, I think there's a lot of other people that do that. I don't think it is, I think it is possible, but I do think for most people that type of jump is too much, too big, too fast. So by all means, knock yourself out. Go and investigate it, try it, enjoy it. I mean, I did that years ago. Now I'm more into, when things happen in the right time, it will come. So, it just depends on where you're at. And ask yourself, why do I want to? Ask yourself, what is it that I really, really am wanting, that I want to experience that? What is it that I think is over there that I haven't got over here? That's a really important question to ask yourself. Okay, Ian? Because that you might think, and I don't know any more about your story, you want to let me know on here, that you think you have not in the state of it right now. So what are you trying to quantum jump towards that you think is over there that you haven't got over here? That would be my question. Okay? SMRK2, enjoying these lives. Hope the movie's going well. Yes, I did the most of it today. I mean, you can see there's nothing in here yet. It's all piled up in the living room. I love moving. I love setting up new places. Will this live be on your channel you watch? Yes, Harry, all the lives, as soon as we do lives, anyone does a live, it just automatically goes onto YouTube. So you don't actually have because I put public, as in I want it for all of you. It's not a private thing or an unlisted thing. It's a thing for everyone. Okay? So yes, to answer your question. Linda, the how is not my business. Correct. Source is in charge of packaging and timing. Do your work, sweep your side of the street, get into a good state, enjoy yourself, have fun. And look after yourself like you would want someone else to look after. And things work so much better. Celsia, is manifesting SP means we select a favorable version of them? Preferably, yes. I mean, sometimes people manifest an SP and they're really angry or they're really nasty or they put you last after their friends, family, work, everything else. So you can still manifest someone, but in the way that you want. So you want to manifest someone in a wonderful way. Celsia, your opinion on feminine energy. What do you want to know exactly? Because feminine energy, I mean, I'm female, so I probably have a lot to say about it, but whether it's relevant to what you want to know, let me know. Patricia, hello. Linda, by the by, great you, love. You too, Linda. The clumsy Nisha. Hello, man. How are you? I'm well, darling. I'm well. Thank you for asking. Creeper, why is gas still high? Where are you? I don't know where you live. Patricia, lately I had trouble keeping a job. To maintain something in our lives, we have to keep doing self-love and affirmations. No, you don't have to, but it is a way to bob your cork back up so that you're in place to attract the perfect job for you. Write, Patricia, write a script. I'm happy and grateful now that I have the best job I've ever had. My goodness, it feels good to go to work. I love getting out of it. I love being with like-minded people. I like working with people that support each other and help each other at work. I love that we have the same values. I love that the company I work for or the business or the organization, or you may start your own thing, that it is a beautiful place to be on a daily basis. Okay. So, Patricia, just to say a little bit more about that your self-love and affirmations is what reminds you that love comes in, your connection to God, source, infinite intelligence. And it has a shelf life. When you do a meditation, you go, oh, I feel great, I feel lovely, I feel relaxed. And then you go out into the world and then bang, stuff happens. And then you go, and you know, you're triggered. So you got to keep topping up your self-love tank. That's why in the beginning, I mean, I don't meditate every day these days. I used to do it a lot. But that's because I wasn't as good at balancing my energy then. So I was doing more. Do it regularly for your own pulling in, disconnecting from the outside world. Stop trying to get anything from anyone. And say, best job I've ever had on an ongoing basis. Wow, do they pay me that much? I feel so valued and appreciated. Doesn't have to be a specific industry, a specific company, but it can be general in types of ways. That's how I manifested my last job before I started working for myself. Okay? Hello, Kara. Hi, Agnes. My desire has not went away, but I feel disconnected from it. Is that bad when manifesting? How do you feel connected once have passed? Well, you got to connect to source, Kara. When you feel good, you feel more connected. When you feel not so good, you feel disconnected. But connected to what? That's the question. You feel disconnected from the desire, or you feel disconnected from the ability to manifest the desire? That's different. Are you thinking about the desire? Are you thinking about having it, enjoying it, giving to it, seeing what you can give it? Because if you do that, then you are in the right track. Doesn't matter about the month. What it's about is, am I still in I'm dissatisfied, I'm getting enough, I'm not getting enough, I want more. Ask yourself, am I still in that energy? because that's the repellent. Okay? And I know you know what I mean. You and I have talked many times. Your meditations, message, call from X, and remove third party always work for me. Thank you. What kind of meditation should one do to work better and be successful and satisfied with oneself? The self-love meditations. If you want to be satisfied with yourself, if you want to be relaxed in your own skin, if you want to be happy with what you are, as in who you are, what you are, your skills, to be at peace, you work on those. Okay? I'm glad those meditations worked for you though. The ones you mentioned. That's good. Sounds like you're putting in a bit of effort. Great. Isha, hi Agnes. I've been manifesting my SP since 3 months and have strong feeling he is coming, but get frustrated sometimes. Okay, but Isha, you got to let go of that. Love is over there. You can feel love right now. He's not you don't need to hook up to him like an oxygen tank. You got to let go of this thing of, I need to get over there where he is, where the love is, where the love is, where the love is, where the love is. You got to get to the point where you take your love towards your specific person. Stop to get over there where he is to suck it out of him. That's the issue that you work on. Okay? That's a big one. Frustration tells you that you still think love's over there, and that's why you suffer. Okay? Once you really get in, I am love, I am very, very loved, may divine love be made alive in me, then doesn't matter how long it takes. And then that's usually when it happens quicker, because you're no longer attached to need. Tuya said, hello, nice to see you. I'm pursuing my master's degree, which is extremely stressful. See, I've lost your message. Here we go. It's extremely stressful and has many sleepless nights. Recently, I've been feeling like giving up on my dream of being in a loving relationship. Well, you don't have to give up on your dream. I understand when you're doing something really intense like a master's degree, though, it does become really stressful. But make sure you spend 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes in 24 hours. Do a breathing meditation. Do a surrender and letting go. There's a 15-minute surrender and letting go meditation on this channel. I would probably put my focus on doing that. Okay? And in regards to being in a loving relationship, you have to be in a loving state. And you and I know each other too. How are you in a loving state? How good are you at being in a loving state? Once you get good at that, your dream of being in a relationship will come. You don't have to give up on your dream. You have to give up on trying to get external love and proof that you are loved from another human being. And then when you get that, then you will see, there you are. There's the love, because I'm in a loving state and that person is matching my loving state. It's all about the self. It's all about where we are at before the change shows itself on the other. Okay? Cyber D, could you elaborate on the rubbing out technique? Well, the rubbing out technique is a little cartoon exercise where you just rub out somebody that you would like to be gone. I mean, I shared in the rubbing out technique playlist is on this channel, and within that I shared about rubbing out someone I was working with, who was a real pain in my backside. And we were like, so you can use it to remove someone from being around you or from being around someone else too. However, you're going to have to play around with making it fun and enjoying it. Okay, so the elaborating on it, make it fun, enjoy it, and be in a I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore, or that person anymore. I wish them all the best over there. Okay? So that would be what I would say. Harry, thank you for your answers. Do you recommend doing affirmations, visualization often so you get more into the desired state? I get into that easily, but I noticed I fall out of it again fast. That's normal, Harry. I mean, Harry, that happens to me too. You know, even after 30 years, you you have to imagine regularly, because you get this moment where that feels so good and I love that, and oh, I forgot where I was, really into it. And then you get to the point where it kind of has a shelf life. It dies off. So that's why meditating daily or every second day or whatever, it rises you up, good emotion, and then you drop back down. It's like the energy goes. So that's why. I mean, look, it's the same as going to the gym. You're not going to build muscles if you only go once a week and then you don't go again for 2 months. It's mental fitness. This is like a mental fitness, and it keeps you like up on that nice buzzing, what word am I looking for? Frequency. That's it. Okay. Celsia, feminine energy boost manifestation faster, ma'am. I didn't know. I don't think you need a feminine energy boost to manifest faster. I think you got to be more in a state of love. That's whether you're a female or a man. To me, I think there's a lot of stuff on all this feminine energy stuff. If you're a female, you've got natural feminine energy. Just learn to get into a state of love more and hold it. But that's for men too, in their masculine way. But I don't really buy into all this stuff around feminine energy, because I do think it goes way too far into, let's say, focusing on something that probably isn't as important as the state of love. Like, I think I've manifested an amazing business, a wonderful partner of his, a new place today, new car, travel. All of that was from working on the self-love. The feminine energy is in me. I bring that to what I do, but I don't think that it's the target on the bullseye. Okay, that's what I would say. I'm not saying don't do it if you're drawn to it, but I would say sometimes we do a lot of things to try and manifest. A lot of them aren't the most important things. The most important work is changing what you think and believe, because that's where all the problems are and that's where all the solutions are. And the other thing is changing your emotions, because your thoughts changed and your beliefs have changed and life is more fun. Okay? It's everything about how much fun you're having, how playful you feel, how free you feel, how joyful you feel, relaxed you feel. That's what manifests. Not all this trying to do all this LOA stuff all the time, because that makes people weary and exhausted, and that is a negative state of being, and it pulls up the handbrake. Manifesting. No, that's not true. You'll manifest something negative, but that's not what you want to manifest. Okay. Harry, I manifested my ex back years ago and we were together better than ever. My anxiety crept back in, and after 4 years of being together, he now left me again. But I can do it. That's right, because you saw that what you did worked. So go back and look at what you did and redo it. Cookie cutter, do it again. Because that shows you, Harry, that you have done it once, you can do it again. Never chase anyone for anything. Any of you. Never chase anyone for anything. Just like someone said earlier, people asking for subscribers and asking, why are you chasing that? That's repelling. It's not attracting. When you attract, people just who match you just come. There's no need to say, subscribe to my channel, give me the thumbs up. That's chasing and begging and trying to get. And I'm using that as an example because it's the same for relationships, the same for a job, it's the same for money. Doesn't matter what the topic is. Harry, you said, what time is it? I think it's nearly 5:30 p.m. here in London anyway. Hello. Hello, Susan. State of love helps you feel better about everything in your life. Boy, oh boy. Amen to that, Susan. Amen to that. And you've been working on that solidly. I know, because your whole demeanor, I remember seeing you on video and it was like, whoa, I could just see you radiating it. It's fabulous. Hello, Rob. A thumbs up to you. I've missed some questions here, so I'm just rewinding. Jan, hello. What is the topic about? Whatever topic, whatever people want to ask questions about. It's just a general Q&A. It's usually a lot about relationships and SPs and self-love and jobs, usually. Sometimes health, money, travel, but usually those topics are the main ones. Nan, I think I'm in relationships because I am always scared if this person is my actual forever person, or if there is better. Any advice? Well, if you're always scared, you're attracting a not forever person, because you're always in, is this? Just relax more, Nan. Relax, enjoy. Relax. Try not to put so much pressure on this other person to be it or to work out if they are it. You have to be it to attract it. You have to be in that beautiful state of love and give, and then you will see what you're looking for. Okay? But the fear, you gotta do stuff to get rid of fear. Have a look at a video I did. It's called Dissolving Fear in 20 Minutes. That's a really good one to do. Okay, I share a little story where I'm doing it myself so you can see how to use it. Okay? Yeah, fear is the enemy of what you desire. But we all have it at different times. So it's about dismantling it, dissolving it as quick as we can. KM, hey Agnes, what I asked yesterday and met my workplace crush today. Okay, I meditated yesterday and let go. Nice work. He's so calm and relaxed, unlike the man in my past. He is reflecting my inner state? Question mark? Yes! Continue! You're doing good. Keep doing it. It's working. Okay? Now, I'm not sure who this is. Is there a chance of reuniting and getting back with an ex after? Yes, I have made significant improvements in my life. We now live in different cities and only see each other once a year. Well, I've got someone I went to school with years ago. She reunited with a guy that we all went to school with. And they both said they had children with other people. Then they broke up and then they've come back to be together. So yes is the answer. Aspire, I'm not able to overcome memories. Well, Aspire, I would probably work with someone who does inner child work. Okay, there is a whole inner child playlist on this channel. You can look at that for free. There's lots of discussions, people, trauma and issues, and they dissolved and let that go over time. But you might want to find someone that specializes in that. People that really specifically specify in inner child work. Okay? Can't get my words out. KM, let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed. I hope one day we end up in a committed relationship, marriage. Should I add another affirmation for this to my routine? No, not at this stage. Slow and steady. Get to know him, enjoy him, and be relaxed. Stop trying to accelerate to the end. Enjoy and build enjoyment moments. That's how you end up in marriage and long term. You got to build, this is the thing I see. People don't take the time to build something and they just want the marriage and this and that. But if you're doing that, you got to ask yourself, am I just looking for security in marriage, or am I actually building my own inner security and taking that towards a marriage? You want to do the second one. Okay? I have beautiful hair today. Oh my goodness. It looks like a rat's nest, darling. Thank you. I've been sweating and moving stuff and I haven't had a shower, so you're easily pleased, but thank you for your compliment, darling. Dissolving, Nan, not resolving. Dissolving fear in 20 minutes. Yeah. If you go to YouTube, put my name and then put Fear 20 minutes, you should see it. Okay? Everybody, I am going to go and have a shower. But I will see you next week, and it will be at 5 p.m. UK time, Wednesday and Thursday, because this week's been a bit with what's going on. So, yeah. Lots of love, everyone. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for your questions, and always a pleasure to spend time with you, because this is where I get to see where you're at, get to see what I need to do in terms of YouTubes to help you. And I will be starting work on Monday again and taking a little break to just do what I've got to do here. But yeah, keep going with the very simple things. Lots of love, everyone. See you real soon.